Good morning. Saturday, November 15th, 2018. It's been a while since you guys saw us. Well, we made it to Quartzsite, Arizona, and we've been a little busy. Not only setting up camp, in fact, I'm on the roof this morning because I wanted to put the air conditioner cover on. If I need air conditioning here, then I've come to the wrong place. It's only in the 70s, and it's going to drop down into the 60s next week. Again, November 18th, November 17th, 2018. I'm getting my 17 and 18s mixed up, ain't I? So we arrived actually a day early. We got here on the 15th instead of the 16th. And it took a while to get the truck offloaded of everything that we thought we were going to need for our 6-week stay on this particular spot. We are going to be going to an Escapers New Year's party at the end of December. But we decided we're going to set up full camp, just like we're going to be here at home. Because this is our home for the next 6 weeks. Now, I've been panning slowly. I hope slow enough for you guys. If I haven't, you guys know what that pole is. That's our cell phone tower enhancer. We boost. And we're at full circle. Okay. So we were at almost the most southern end. I would say we're 3/4 of a mile or so from the end of Route 419. 419 ends in that direction there. I took a walk yesterday and walked all the way to the end. We're actually right at the beginning of Trail 419. As soon as, here, I'm going to try to pan slow here. Trail 19 starts right behind that tree. That's where the split is. You go right, they said that's where clothes are optional, or you go left, where it's still clothing is not optional. And as soon as we started coming through, I saw this little spot. I came in through the only opening that was actually there that I could pull the trailer in. I followed the trail over to the other side, made a right-hand turn, and then backed the whole rig down this trail here. And it isn't like we're the first time that people to arrive at this location. As you can see, somebody has made a fire pit. But I backed it up next to the fire pit, and then I pulled forward. I wanted to be just a hair higher. One of my concerns, but not major concern, is there is a wash, obviously, on that side. And there is a wash on this side. So I just wanted to be on a little higher ground. The probability of a storm coming through are probably slim to nil. But we'll err on the side of caution. If we do know rain is coming, don't worry, we will pull up camp in a heartbeat, even if it means just throwing everything inside the camper and hitching up and getting the heck out of here. But I could tell you right now, that camper on the other side of that wash there, he's not much higher than I am, so I feel pretty safe here. So anyway, just to give you a better idea, sorry, let me back up a little bit. That is the mountain where the sun comes up in the morning. I sit in our little slider and a dinette area and have a cup of coffee in the morning and watch the sun come up. Beautiful colors as it's trying to break through the atmosphere or whatever, stratosphere or whatever. I mean, it's just amazing colors, but sunsets are even more amazing. I plan to take a day trip over to those mountains over there. Even though RV camping is limited to the La Posa South or long-term visitor area, riding ATVs or walking and hiking is not limited. So you can leave the property, but it's a day use thing. So you do have to leave those areas at the end of the day. You can't go take your tent and go hike on the top of that mountain and go camping or anything up there. That's not allowed. So this is looking due south. Pan around, And we have another mountain range. And this is where our sunsets are in the evening. The first night wasn't the greatest because it was kind of cloudy. Last night was a lot better. I'm going to wait for the perfect night when there's absolutely cloudless and do a time lapse. I'll set the camera up here on top of the camper and let it do a time lapse on a sunset. Quartzsite is directly south of us. We can actually see the Love's truck stop. You know, the red heart that Love's truck stops have? We can actually see the red glow of the heart from this location. And we're at least 3 miles away. At least. I would say closer to 4, but we ran to Quartzsite yesterday. We have new neighbors over here. They were following us in. We met at the gate. They're new to this. We were new to this. We said, hey, let's share our experiences. They did not follow me over here. They weren't sure where I was going or how much room was here. And they picked that spot there. And we have a nice little happy walking trail, and we go visit them. It's Luis and Hank. Don't recall what their home state is, but anyway, that's all you need to know in case they don't want any more information. I helped him put up a 100-watt solar panel yesterday. You probably can't see it from here. He's got it on the tongue of his trailer. So anyway, of course, I don't know if any of you guys knew it, but we do, here, let me walk over there. We do have, you know, our logo. Yeah, watch me reach out and fall off the camper. End of trip. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to reach it. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but we have our logo in a flag. So I don't know if it came up or not, guys, but that's what it is. Okay. We have little orange markers, just kind of marking out our territory. Nothing dramatic. We're not really trying to keep anybody away or anything like that. It's nice to have a little solar walkway when I'm taking the girls out at night. So, okay, let me pause this a minute and let me walk down and show you the rest of our setup. Okay, I'm off the top of the roof, which makes Oma feel a lot better.
Hey, I'm having a bad hair day. So you know, I haven't done anything. I only fed them. I only fed the Opa today. That was it.
So, we got our generator set up. This is normally where we set it up. You'll notice the bottles are sitting on the ground now. They used to sit on a car carrier or a wheelchair carrier. The wheelchair carrier is now going to become a Blue Boy hauler because I don't want to run the wheels off of it since we're almost 1.9 miles away from the convenience station. Here's our map. Boy, I'm gonna tell you what, guys, it's been a heck of a year. As you know, we went from Pennsylvania all the way to Yellowstone and back. We went to Myrtle Beach and back. We went to Virginia Beach and back. We went to California and back, and then we went here to Arizona. So 10,000, 12, I'd say close, probably over 12,000 miles this year. That's just this year, at least. Oh, wait a minute, I didn't even count the Yellowstone trip. No, it probably closer to 18,000. Well, we got 37,000 on the truck, but I can't remember how many miles we had on it before we started traveling. Anyway, the wheelchair hitch is now the flagpole holder. Walk around here. Poop bucket or trash bucket whenever we have stuff we don't want to put inside because it might smell. Here's our this is what you get when you arrive. You have to buy either long-term pass or a short-term. The blue ones are for long-term. So They say some people collect them. I told the guy, just put it there. I may keep it there for a while, or maybe till next year, but I really don't have a desire to keep every single one of them. The awning is out, not for the purpose of trying to shade the camper. We haven't had it out in so many weeks that you can even see we started getting a little dirt buildup on it. See the stripes on it? Yeah, it's awful. But there's nothing we're going to be able to do about it. It probably remained rolled up most of the time. Most people here leave them in because you never know when the winds are going to pick up. It's a little rocky directly in front of the camper. But it was nice and smooth right here. So that's where we decided to set up the mat, which is fine because we still have access to our gas when we have our evening fires. We like to sit out here and watch the sunset. Even we only did it one night, but that's where we like to sit. The other two chairs, the zero gravity chairs, are still folded up because we haven't used them yet, and they're helping hold down the mat in case the wind did pick up. So, of course, no site isn't complete without a "home is where we park it" sign. And this is where we're going to be parked. In fact, if we don't have to move for any reason until the end of December, this would probably be the one place that we spent the longest time in one spot, 6 weeks. So, of course, here's our 200 watt solar. I don't think it's enough. We are charging, but we seem to be using a little bit more than what we're charging. Now I'm going to find out by the end of the day how much we're losing. Yesterday we had full batteries, and by the end of the day my batteries are indicating less than 50% charge, which is obvious to me. Now they say that the fridge, even though it's on gas, still uses electricity, but I don't know how much electricity. Okay, I want to show you my little toy. Thank you to one of the YouTubers. I don't know who you are. I can't remember where I got it, but I made myself a little sundial. As you can see, it's almost perfectly set up right now. That's because I preset it. Oh, can you see it? Trying to keep the glare off of it. See the shadow? The shadow indicates that I'm not pointing directly at the sun, so I'd have to make a slight adjustment. Probably, let's see, down, and there. That's about where the sun is actually at. As you can see how far I had to move it. But the sun is going to move into it, so I'm going to leave it right where it's at. So, generator, about 5 hours a day, and solar all day long. Of course, you guys are familiar with R2D2, or some people say, is that a new style of barbecue? No, that's a East Coast, West Coast Pathfinder X2. When we told them that we'd be traveling back and forth across the United States, Dish actually recommended that I purchase one of these versus one of the ones that you have to set up every time you go to a site. And life is pretty easy, except when we turn off the generator. When we turn off the generator, it has to go back. It has to go back into search mode. So, no, I'm not going to leave the truck parked here all the time. It was put here this morning because I had picked up some water at the convenience station here, and I wanted to start pre-setting up my pumping station of how I'm going to pump water in. Now I have a 40-gallon bladder that I could fill, but then I thought, if every time I leave I fill up 1 or 2 of these 5-gallon jugs, and as little water as we're using, that might be all I need. But if I find out that we're using more than I could handle with 2 5-gallon jugs, then I'm going to go ahead and pull the bladder out and start filling it. But one thing that's keeping me hesitant of doing that is that bladder probably will give us a plastic taste, but that's not for certain. So anyway, well, you can see I have my 5-gallon bottle, and it's being drawn in by a Harbor Freight water pump. Okay, it hooks up to the batteries. And by the way, it has an on and off switch, little toggle switch. There you go, on and off switch. You can turn it off when it reaches the bottom. Nice battery clips hooked up right to the battery. And then I'm going to go ahead and still run the water through a filter. Now I have a special water filter in there right now, and I'm going to be putting another filter downstream for 0.02 micron. But the filter that's in there right now is probably killing 99% of anything that might be in that water. Again, I'm going to have a separate video for that. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. Nice gentleman out in Canyon Lake. We talked about water and where I was going, and I said that was a major concern, and he set me up with the water system. His official website release date is December 6th. Okay, again, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, I'm running it through his filter. I'm going to have another filter as soon as I get another Camco housing. I couldn't find it at Camping World or any place, so I had to order one. It was supposed to be here yesterday, but it didn't arrive. And Quartzsite is a little funny at the post office. If you use them as general delivery, here, see my lovely face this morning. Here, let me turn around. If you use them for general delivery, they will only let you use their address for 1 month. After 1 month, you have to get a post office box. Now the post office box isn't so bad. It's only $51 for 6 months. Now that may sound high to you if you don't expect a lot of mail, but what if you split it with somebody? Yep, Hank was with me when we went to the post office because he was trying to find out how to get his mail forwarded. And the guy says, you guys can share a box if you want. So we split the cost, $25 a piece. And we'll use it until we leave in March. So we'll only need it for 4 months. And hey, why not? So anyway, there you go, guys. The to-dos and the don'ts that we've learned so far. Not bad for newbies, huh? Like I said, let me see here. What do I got in there? Yep. This is our happy home for the next 6 weeks. Oh, and let me see if I can show some sympathy for all my friends and family in Pennsylvania that have snow on the ground. Ha 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 ha. I know that's mean. That's gonna come back and bite me in the tail. I still love you all. Bye. Oh, one more thing. I do have some other videos to put out. We just got so busy and anxious to come to Quartzsite, I just didn't get them edited yet. But this one, I'm gonna put it on the fly. Are you decent, Oma?
Thanks for subscribing.
Oh, and
Done yet. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't done yet, click the bell and you'll get a reminder we have a new video.
yeah, when we get our other videos up. Oh, by the way, if you saw one of our previous videos, we were hoping with all the traveling we were doing and all the people we're meeting and all the people that were viewing it, we'd have 1,000 subscribers by the time we got here. I guess getting subscribers is a lot harder than we thought. Now, granted, we do have 91. If we could break 100 by Thanksgiving, we'd be happy.
Yeah, that'd be great.
That'd be great. So please tell your friends and family to come and join our website. Oh, and where else can they find them, Oma?
Facebook. We put them on.
Oma started a group on Facebook called Oma and Opa's Camping and Adventures.
On Facebook. You can also go there and view them.
And whenever I do post one on YouTube, I link it to Facebook. So
Absolutely.
Facebook is actually more up to date, because when we stop at a campsite or something, I always put, hey, here's where we are today, even though the video isn't out yet.
Right.
Like Gila Bend, when we went through there, oops, I forgot to pull out the video camera, and it really was a nice Passport America / Escapees campground.
It was.
Anyway, what do you want to say? I'm getting ready to sign off.
Toodles.